Hello and welcome to another speaking practice. And now I'm going to do speaking practice with my class Ielts number 35. We have only 3 people left and I feel a bit, we are getting to few in number, But anyway, let's practice now. So let's do Ielts speaking part 1, 22. So that is 22 is advertisement. Do you remember advertisement? Advertisement is basically những mẫu quảng cáo. So these are films, movies, or pictures that is used to persuade people to sell things. So it's called advertisement, or we can call them advertisement. Mẫu quảng cáo. But now advertising, cái việc quảng cáo hoặc là ngành quảng cáo, it's a noun. It means advertising is a business. It's a kind of business that try to persuade people to buy things. But advertisement, it's the piece of video, pictures, or anything that try to persuade people to buy things. These are two different nouns. You have to see the difference. Một cái là mẫu quảng cáo, một cái là cái việc quảng cáo hay ngành quảng cáo như mọi người. So be careful with the pronunciation. Advertisement or advertisement or advertising. So the first question asks, do you see a lot of advertising? Các bạn có thấy nhiều cái việc quảng cáo khắp nơi không? And then, are there any types of advertising you like? Có bất kỳ cái loại advertising, cái việc quảng cáo nào, có bất kỳ cái loại hình quảng cáo nào mà bạn thích không? Like for example, you can talk about like telesales, bán hàng từ xa. You can see billboards, bảng biểu, những cái bảng panel lớn. You can see advertisement online, on videos, pop-up ads, những cái mẫu quảng cáo thì nó bục lên xuất hiện trên các trang web. And we have what's it called? Flyers, những từ rơi, tờ bướm. We have flyers. We have pop-up ads. We have banner ads. Nhưng mà quảng cáo xuất hiện ở cái banner của một website đó. Banner ads appear on when you go to a website, you see it immediately. We have billboards, những cái bảng panel lớn để mà quảng cáo ngoài đường. Billboards are huge pictures that people have on the building or on the roads. Billboards. We also have telesales, bán hàng từ xa. We have what else? Hello, baby. Anyway, so next question is, have you ever bought something because of an advertisement? Các bạn có từng mua cái gì bởi vì có một mẫu quảng cáo không? Do you watch advertisement from the beginning to the end? Các bạn có coi các mẫu quảng cáo từ lúc đầu đến lúc cuối luôn không? Do you think advertisement are necessary? Các bạn có nghĩ những mẫu quảng cáo là cần thiết không? Okay, Miss Helen, can you answer the first question? Do you see a lot of advertising?
Yes, definitely. Nowadays, it appear loads of advertising on many types of media. So we can see not only billboards on the street, but also pop-up ads or banner ads on websites. And somehow interfered our work.
It interferes with our work and our life, no?
Yes, our work and our life.
Okay. What else? Okay. So are there any type of advertising you like, Miss Helen?
The most advertised. I think that's the one that makes
plus adjective. The most interesting or the most exciting.
The most fascinating the most fascinating types of advertising maybe short videos.
Short video.
With music and some famous actors or actresses or some comedians.
Yes.
They make the way they advertise the products indirectly.
Is impressive, you mean?
Indirectly.
It's indirect. I see. The way they advertise the products is indirect. Cái cách thì là chỉ tính từ là indirect.
Indirect.
Okay.
I mean, we just know what they intend to introduce the products at the end of the video.
Very good, very good. So, Miss Ngan, please. Are there any type of advertising you like?
My favorite advertisement I like to watch is some high-tech products. Like commercial ads with high-tech products on the TV.
Okay.
For example, now recently there is impressive ad commercial ads about a new Samsung.
A new Samsung
mobile. Yeah, they can fall with a new function. But the most impressive thing is the catchy melody of the background, the music background, and gọi là cái gì? Hình ảnh hiệu ứng đó là gì thầy? Hiệu ứng hình ảnh.
The effects.
Yeah. The image effects really attract people to focus from the beginning to the end of the ad.
I see. And it's very catchy, very eye-catching. Very eye-catching. Rất là bắt mắt. Or you can say it's very catchy.
Very catchy.
Yeah. Anyway, so Miss Oanh, please. Your microphone, please, Miss Oanh, if your baby doesn't make noise now. Now, so Miss Oanh, have you ever bought something because of an advertisement?
Well, I have bought many things because of the advertisement. For example, it's about high-end technology product. For example, when I see an eye-catching advertising iPhone on some website, so I really into it, and then I pay my money for it.
Okay, I see. So, do you think advertisements are necessary, Miss Oanh?
In my opinion, advertisements are very necessary to strengthen sale volume for a company, because it is the asset way to
to let people know about their products and make people want it and buy it. For example, at the beginning, maybe people look at it but have no idea about it. But when the advertisement repeat again and again, it makes the product more popular. And make the
it increase the coverage of a product. Nó làm tăng độ phủ của cái sản phẩm nào đó trên thị trường.
Yes.
Increase the coverage of the products, and people will they will buy it more, I think.
And even make it make it like a trend to have this product like a hot item.
Like a hot item that everyone must have item, yeah?
Yes, must have item.
Must have item. Những đồ vật, những vật dụng bắt buộc phải có. All right, so Miss Helen, please. Do you watch advertisement from beginning to the end? From the beginning to the end?
Yes, from time to time, I spend my time to watch these kinds of advertisements. If it's have catchy music and the sound effects, as well as the content. The contents.
The content are attractive. Be careful. Be careful. Please try your best. Cố gắng lên các bạn. Try your best now. So, Miss Helen, do you think advertisements are necessary? Try your best.
Yes. In my point of view, it's vital for. It's vital.
It's vital.
It's vital for not only producers but also the consumers, because whenever they have a new products, advertising some like the connection between both, so customer will have opportunities to know about they have an opportunity to update new change on modern.
You mean new trends?
New trends and more modern items.
I see. Now, so let's move on to the next topic. It's 21, which is hometown. This is easy topic of hometown. So, Miss One, please. This is about hometown or a place you grew up in. Cái nơi mà bạn gọi là mấy bạn lớn lên từ cái nơi nào? Like a place you grew up in or your hometown. So, Miss One, please, is your hometown a big city or a small place?
Oh, well, I grew up from a town, a small town.
In a town. I grew up in a town.
I grew up in a town, a small town called that bridge from Nghệ.
Yes.
In the central of Vietnam, and it is about 200 kilometers from Hanoi, the capital.
200 kilometers.
Kilometer from Hanoi.
Những âm đào chứ. 200 kilometer.
Kilometer from Hanoi.
From
the capital of.
Yes, 200
from Hanoi. the capital of Vietnam, and it's not so far from the beach. So
it's not so far from the beach.
It's not so far from the beach.
Yes.
And I really like it because I can eat seafood every day. I'm a big fan of seafood.
I see. Just the look of seafood makes me allergic, you know. Just the look, by looking at seafood, it makes me allergic. I'm just joking. Anyway, so Miss Ngan, please.
Yes.
Can you describe your hometown?
Okay. I was born and raised in a small village called Gò Công Town in belong to Tiền Giang province.
I see.
It's quite small, but well famous with some people who love historical figures, like figures who want to visit some tombs and temple of the hero of history hero.
Historical hero.
Historic hero.
If you want to say it's more important, then you use the word historic. Remember, historic means it's important in terms of history. But historical is a normal adjective that means belong to history. Historical là cái tính từ mà liên quan trực tiếp đến history, thuộc về lịch sử. Còn historic là nó nhấn mạnh vào cái mức độ quan trọng về lịch sử. So I think it's better if you say historical figure.
Yeah, historical figure.
Yes.
And the thing I like most in my hometown is the fresh air environment that I breathe every day. It's also a good place for me to explore the natural from
to get some exposure to natural
like river, natural places, natural
environments, maybe?
Natural environments, like there are various type of đa dạng về gọi là phong cảnh various type of landscape like a river, forest, sea, and unlimited rice field. So
basically it's unlimited means you are talking about a number. I think it's like limitless is a better word to say limitless. So that if there's no limit to something, you say limitless, I think.
Yes, limitless rice fields. So it's natural, my natural loving from I was a child.
Since I was a child.
A child.
Since I was a child.
Since I was a child.
Okay, very good. So, Miss Helen, please. What do you like most about your hometown?
The more interesting about my hometown.
The most interesting thing about my hometown that I like.
The most interesting thing.
The most interesting thing about the town that I like.
The most interesting things about my hometown is the climate. perhaps you can guess I'm from a mountainous regions. I mean, I was born and raised in a mountainous region, so we can see green trees here and there, and the climate seems cool through the years.
Okay, and the climate seems cool through the year. I see. So, Miss Helen, how do you think your hometown can be improved? So, what improvement would you suggest for your hometown?
In my as far as I'm concerned,
As far as I'm concerned,
there's lots of
concern. As far as I'm concerned.
As far as I'm concerned,
yes,
there's a lot of things need to be improved. Firstly, the transportation. I mean, the road system need to be built again after many years. Sau nhiều năm sử dụng là many years used.
After many years of usage.
Many years of usage. So the streets need to be improve the qualities and widen a little bit.
Okay, and
so that it can have enough space for the increasing numbers of vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And second thing is about the construction. I mean the cơ sở hạ tầng.
And the infrastructure. And the infrastructure.
In terms of the infrastructures, the government and the local people also need to cooperate to build more schools and more những cái công trình công cộng là public,
transport, maybe public buildings, more public buildings. Tòa nhà công cộng. More public buildings.
Yeah, more public building to serve the people needs.
To serve the needs of the people, I see.
To serve the needs of the people.
Okay, very good, very good. Now let's move on to part 2, shall we? Now, so we were at 37, but I felt like we did not do enough for 37 last time. So let's do it. I think 37 is... I felt like we did not do enough for 37. It's a promise. You remember this topic? Anyway, we should come back to this one after a while. Now, so let's do 36. Describe a time that you got close to wild animals. Miêu tả một cái thời điểm mà các bạn đã đến gần với động vật hoang dã. So you can talk about when you were in the zoo, or you can talk about when you travel to, say, Africa, for example, when you see wild animals. So wild animals can be a chipmunk, as small as a chipmunk, or as big as a tiger or an elephant. As long as they are wild. You can see a bird, eagle, for example. Con động vật hoang dã nó là con gì cũng được nha, miễn sao là nó ở trong hoang dã. Ví dụ con chim đại bàng, con hổ, con cáo, là con nhỏ như là cái con mà shark, cũng là con wild animal. And you can see them anywhere. You can go to the forest, đi vào rừng, or you can go to the zoo, đi vào sở thú chẳng hạn. Okay, so you should say where you were. Lúc đó bạn đã ở đâu? What the animals were doing. Những con động vật đó đã đang làm gì? Who were with you? Ai đã đi với bạn? Các bạn. And explain what your reaction was. Giải thích cái phản ứng của các bạn lúc đó là làm sao khi mình nhìn thấy, khi mình lại gần cái con động vật hoang dã đó. It's like what your reaction was when you got close to wild animals. How do you feel? And how do you react? How did you react? And then you have part 3 of wild animals. Part 3 nè. What are the differences between animals in zoos and those in the wild? Có sự khác biệt nào giữa những con động vật trong sở thú và những con ở trong thiên nhiên hoang dã hay không? Like you can talk about the way they were treated. Do they receive enough food? Do they have the safety? Có an toàn không? Do they have the safety? Or can they hunt their prey? To hunt the prey. To hunt the prey. Săn mồi. Săn con mồi á. To hunt the prey. Or do they receive the safety? Có an toàn không? Were they do they receive medical treatment? Sự săn sóc y tế. Sự săn sóc y tế hay là chăm sóc y tế? Do they receive enough food and shelter? Chúng có nơi ăn ở không? Do they have good accommodation? But on top of that, do they have their freedom? Có sự tự do hay không? And can they have a freedom to move? Do they have a freedom to do everything they want? Were they interrupted, or were they interrupted by humans? Interruption by humans. Những cái sự mà giống như là người ta đang làm một cái gì đó, tự nhiên con người vào can thiệp. Intervention, interruption by humans. Or do they have their privacy? Or privacy? Chúng có cái sự riêng tư hay không? Like that, okay. So why should the staff in the zoos teach the public about animals? Tại sao nhân viên trong sở thú nên là dạy cho quần chúng về những con động vật? Just have to remember the staff is uncountable. Staff không đếm được nha. So you have to use a member of staff to count it. Phải dùng một cái từ đó để đếm nó, ví dụ như a member of staff chẳng hạn, một nhân viên. Alright, so why are people keen on feeding animals, even though it is forbidden to do so? Cái này chính là animals. So you should change this one to feeding animals in a zoo, even though it's forbidden to do so. Tại sao con người cứ khoái cho mấy con động vật ăn dù rằng sở thú vẫn cấm? Even though it's forbidden to do so in a zoo. Why do people still feed the animals? You know, they have to forbid people from feeding the animals because some people, they feed strange food to the animals and that can make the animals sick and die. Có một số người không có kỹ năng, không có biết, họ cho những con động vật ăn những cái đồ mà vớ vẩn, làm động vật nó bị chết hoặc là bị bệnh. So also it's forbidden to feed the animals because let's say if you feed an elephant, the force from the elephant, what's it called? The force from the elephant can basically injure you. Cái lực từ cái con voi nó có thể làm mình bị thương đó nha. So it's not safe to feed the animals if you are not trained to do so. Nếu các bạn không được huấn luyện làm thì đừng có làm. But the question asks why people keen on feeding animals in a zoo. Câu hỏi nó hỏi là tại sao con người ta cứ khoái là mặc dù biết bị cấm nhưng mà vẫn cứ thích cho nó ăn. You have to say the reason behind that. Okay, so how can the increase, danh từ, this is a noun, increase of the human population influence wild animals? Tại sao một cái sự gia tăng về dân số con người nó ảnh hưởng đến lại động vật hoang dã? Think about deforestation, phá rừng chẳng hạn. Deforestation. Phá rừng. Think about the loss of land, the loss of forest land, or woodland, mất đất rừng. So that we human can build towns and cities. Think about the pollution as well, and think about illegal hunting, săn bắt trái phép, săn bắt bất hợp pháp, and other things. Now, so you have 2 minutes to think, please. 2 phút bắt đầu. Okay, let's talk about it. Now, please, Miss Helen, can you start first? Describe a time when you got close to wild animals, please.
Yeah, as far as I remember, that's maybe I don't remember exactly how long, but it's happened donkey years ago. At that time, I went to Củ Chi Channel with my siblings and some cousins. Siblings and my cousins, and now we saw một bầy là bầy khỉ, a group of monkeys.
Yes, a group of monkeys. Yes.
They were playing with each other when we arrived, but just a few moments they recognized us. They approached us and try to catch
whatever we have. Try to catch whatever we give them. You mean?
Yeah, try to catch whatever we have in our hands. At first I found it quite funny, but later on when they somehow too aggressive, it made us frightened and ran away.
I mean brighten. It makes us frightened.
It makes us frightened.
It made us frightened.
It made us frightened,
and we
ran away. Try to keep a distance from the monkeys.
Oh.
And I think that it's somehow a dangerous situation.
It's a dangerous situation, I think so too. Because these are wild animals. You have to understand, these are wild animals. They are not like, animals that you are meant to pet. Không phải là những con động vật mà mình nên sờ nó, vuốt nó đâu. They are not meant to be petted. Không có nên pet những con, không có nên sờ vào mấy con động vật đó. They are not meant to be petted, Alright, so Miss One, please. Can you describe a time when you got close to wild animals? Miss One, please, your microphone. Maybe she's busy with her children. Okay, Miss Ngan, please. Can you describe a time when you got close to wild animals, please?
Okay. Back in the day when I was a student, I love to attend some natural related trip with some some
You mean nature
other
related? You mean nature related?
nature related trip with some uni classmates.
I think it's called eco trips.
Eco trip. Okay. Attend some eco trip. And I am with some other uni classmates arrange a trip to national park, national a trip to national forest in Đồng Nai.
Yes.
After we reach destination, we rent the bicycle to come across.
We rented the bicycle.
We rented a bicycle to come across the permitted zone in the forest. Suddenly, there was a huge elephant walk straight forward to us. It was about 3 meter to each other. Firstly, the scary was over all of us. And
we were all very scared. Please slow down. You're going too fast and making lots of mistakes. At first, we were very scared.
We were very scared and didn't know what we should do in this case. Just stay unmoved and kept quiet with the hope the elephant would go away without striking us. Without striking us.
Without attack.
Then attack. Yes, without attack. Without any attraction.
No. Then attacking us.
Attacking us. Okay. Attacking us. Then, fortunately, after more than 10 minutes of observation, the elephant gave up. The elephant didn't do anything. Then gave up on looking us and went away. Finally, we rushed to buy as fast as we can to security gate to report what this happened to us.
We ran as fast as we could to the security gate to report what had happened to us.
What happened to us? Cái khúc đó là thầy nói gì thầy?
To report what had happened to us.
What had happened?
It's past perfect, you know.
Yeah. What had happened to us?
Or you can say what happened to us.
What happened?
Because the past is the past. You can use past tense, simple past. Okay, so Miss One, please. Are you still there? Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, your turn, please. Describe a time when you got close to wild animal, please.
Last time.
Very slowly. Go slowly, please.
Okay. Last time I went to the zoo in Biên Hòa village in Biên Hòa province with my aunt and uncle and my family, and that's the first time I went to a zoo, because actually I don't like being in the zoo very much. From the zoo, I can see the animal face on low interest, like abusing, or I can see that the wild animal, they are like elephant, bird, and bear. Bear. They face of they face a space problem, and they don't look happy very much.
They don't look very happy. Of course, they don't look happy because they do not have their freedom.
Yes, and
They did not have their
and they even live in a small space, and I don't think that they have enough food either. And even the zoo looks well, but look well to keep wild animals safe. But I don't think that they have a natural life there with enough food and
shelter
and
care
and
freedom
care.
And freedom.
Yeah.
I see. And freedom, they don't have the freedom. Of course they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's look at part 3 of wild animals. So Miss One, please. So since you mentioned about freedom and the care something, what are the differences between animals in zoos and those in the wild, Miss One?
I think the most important for animal is not the food, but also the wildlife. So the animal in zoo, actually they are losing the wildlife of hunting, and also the distance of meeting others animal in nature. For example, in cái cuối là gì thầy?
What? Say?
Cái cuối cái chuông á.
The cage.
They often being alone in the cage.
They are often locked. They are often locked in the cage.
They are often locked in the cage, and also have a small space to move around, and being treated with food is not hunting either, and they lose the distance of hunting, and
they lose their instinct, their hunting instinct.
Yeah, hunting instinct and
instinct. They lose their hunting instinct và distinct nha. Distinct là rõ ràng khác biệt, còn instinct là cái bản năng. Instinct are different words. They lose their hunting instinct.
They lose the hunting instinct, and I also know that in some zoos they have a cruel on animal, like animal is not treating so well with and also have animal trade in the zoo also. So I think that's a problem of people to see animal in the zoo and keep it in the zoo is a cruel.
Okay, good. So, Miss Helen, please. So, why should the staff in the zoos teach the public about animals? What do you think?
Yes, I think it's necessary for us, for the visitors, have the common knowledge about the animals. For example, when we went to the zoo, we shouldn't feed the animals.
We shouldn't beat the animal. Of course, we are not allowed to beat them. We're not even allowed to touch them, you know.
But some children, as well as some people from the countryside, maybe they don't aware of this issue. So the staff
aware of this issue? You mean they are not aware of this issue?
Yes.
Okay, good. So if you say that people are not aware of this issue, then it's the responsibility of the zookeepers to inform the public or to teach the public about how to protect wild animals and animal conservation, isn't it?
Conservation?
We have to talk about animal conservation, and most of the time the public does not know much, and they if they are taught how to protect the wild animals and to understand the wild animals better, then these endangered wild animals will be saved from extinction. Nó sẽ được cứu thoát khỏi sự tuyệt chủng. They will be saved from extinction. Well, do you have okay, so Miss Ngan, what do you think? Why should the staff in the zoos teach the public about animals?
Yes, I think the staff in the zoo should teach the public about animal habitats. While the main factor to get the benefit from the animal, such as animal can be food source for human. So and then when people understand the animal habitat, they will behave rightly to them in terms of protect ourselves from dangerous situation. Moreover, we can conserve them to create ecosystem, create more beneficial ecosystem.
What do you mean beneficial ecosystem? Hệ sinh thái đem lại nhiều lợi ích hơn. What do you mean?
When we have the way to protect them, they can sinh sản.
They can reproduce.
Reproduce.
They can reproduce quicker.
And cooperate well with other peas to make the ecosystem better and better.
I see.
That I mean, yes.
Oh, I see. That's a good idea, Miss Ngan. So, Miss Wan, please. So, why are people keen on feeding wild animals, even though it is forbidden to do so? Your microphone, please. And Miss Wan is busy again. I guess her baby is getting really, really annoying to her. Anyway, so Miss Helen, can you answer that question? Why are people keen on feeding animals?
Yes, that is the fact that many people, when they see animals, they want to pet them or feed them, just
Feed
because
feed or beat.
they feed them. So mostly because a human being have a generous instinct.
What do you mean generous instinct? Bản năng tử tế, có bản năng trọng lượng tử tế đó, có gì đó. They have a general instinct. What do you mean?
They tend to protect and share food with the.
And they have a nurturing instinct. Nurture. You remember the word nurture? Nuôi nấng. Nurturing instinct.
Natural instinct.
You can use the word nurturing instinct. It means the instinct that People want to feed the animals because they want to nurture the animals. Họ muốn nuôi nấng cái con đó. Bản năng. So they feed the animals that way.
Yes. Besides, I think the majority of people, they may be curious, so they want to feed animals and just see how the white animals reaction to.
You just want to see how the wild animals react to them, you mean?
React to them.
I see. Good idea. That's a good idea. Now, so is there any other reasons behind that? Behind the instinct to feed the animals of human? Is it because of curiosity as well, do you think? Sự tò mò nữa. Curiosity. Is that because of curiosity? What do you think? Miss Helen, what do you think? Is it because of curiosity or other reasons? Or maybe because they want to tease the animal. Nhiều người muốn chọc phá đó.
Yeah.
Like some people, they might want to tease the animal. They might want to tease the animal.
Yes,
by
right.
giving them food and then getting them back. Giống như cho nó ăn xong rồi cái giật lại. Chơi kỳ. They might want to tease the animals because they think that it's fun to do so. And of course, that is absolutely forbidden to do. Okay, now, so Ms. Nunn, please, how can the increase of the human population influence wild animals?
Personally, the increase of human population have negative influences on not only influence. Yeah.
They have a negative influence on.
Yeah, negative influence on a wild animal directly, as well as global change indirectly way. For example, when the population grow, they need more land for accommodation for land to meet accommodation or settling demand. So deforestation is a result of this trend. When they destroy, when they cut all on the plant, no things keep the soil. So
Yeah.
when the rains, when there is a heavy or torrential rains with the huge amount rainfall,
huge
amount of rainfall, they will make flood and landslide. This will directly affect to human life.
Affect cái từ nha. It will
affect human life.
Human lives. Please
Human life.
slowly.
Yeah.
Go slowly, please. You're speaking too fast.
Yes.
It will affect human
life.
life.
Yeah. And however, it's also affect harmful to a global change, while no more tree to produce, no more tree to produce oxygen to absorb the carbon dioxide from the greenhouse gas emission. And then human population growth can affect
affect nữa.
Affect the species of wild animal when there are more demand for food supplies, so they hunt illegally and poach, and the amount of pieces will be decreased, and some pieces into then endanger or extinction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Extinction. Okay, very good, very good. So that's how human population influence wild animals. The deforestation can affect them so much. Miss Wan, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good, please. So I'll ask you a question. Do you think the Vietnamese government is doing enough to protect the wild animals, and why or why not? Bạn có nghĩ là chính quyền Việt Nam đã làm đủ để mà bảo vệ những con động vật hoang dã hay không? What do you think? What should be done more? What do you think, Miss Wan?
In my opinion, Vietnamese government still improving the law to protect the animals.
Improving the law.
Improving the law to protect the animal, but it is not enough, because the wild animals now is a decrease.
Wild animals.
Because the wild animals now is decreasing in
number,
in quantity, and also some kind of animal are disappear completely.
Disappearing completely
in Vietnam, and also the space for wild animal is disbanding, and the square of forest also less and less. So I think Vietnamese government need to give more
sorry, we need to give more
suspense on ongoing treat of cruel and abusing animal in Vietnam.
You mean like the Vietnamese government need to impose stricter laws to deal with the abuse of wild animals in Vietnam, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, very well. So what do you think, Miss Helen? What should we do to protect wild animals in Vietnam better?
I think individually.
Sorry, in the.
In my opinion, individual.
Virtual.
Individuals.
Individuals.
Should get the common knowledge about protection wild animals.
Protection of wild animals.
by themselves, so that people can update the approach, update the necessary approach through news or through
through news or... Okay, let me ask a next question. What do you think about the people in Vietnam though? A lot of people still think that hunting down tigers or lions or elephants, and we can consume the products from them, can help improve their health. So that's why they keep hunting a lot of these wild animals. Still, they still do that. So what do you think should be improved? What do you think we can do to change their mindsets? Miss Ngắn, what do you think? How do we change their mindsets? The people's mindsets?
Change people mindsets is really difficult.
Changing
a people mindset
is really
challenging.
You can say it is really challenging to change the people's mindset.
Yes.
Câu đúng nha, câu đó mới đúng ngữ pháp. It is challenging
to change people mindset. And if it's possible, it takes time. Yes. Firstly, when it comes to hunting illegal for traditional medicines purpose, I think maybe they have stereotypical concept about this, and sometimes they don't understand exactly what these kind of product can make, like a magical medicine, like as what they thought. So yes, so we should educate them educate them firstly about the
effectiveness
of this the horn or these kind of product.
Yeah, actually it's a myth. It's only a myth. Urban myth.
No user or users.
It's only an urban myth.
Yes, it's only about urban myth.
Lòng tin mù quáng của người dân mà thôi. It's only an urban myth that people with this tusk can help them to have a better health and sexual life, và đời sống tình dục, and a better sexual life. But it's only a myth. But then a lot of wild animals have to die because of that myth that human created. So I think humans are really stupid, and they are really crazy stupid, and they are very cruel as well. So humans are actually one of the cruelest creature on earth. Anyway, so let's move on to the next topic. Interesting conversation. Did we do this one before? Describe an interesting conversation you had with someone. Miêu tả một cái cuộc đàm thoại thú vị mà các bạn đã có với ai đó. You should say who you spoke with. Các bạn đã nói chuyện với ai. Where you were. Các bạn đã ở đâu. Lúc đó các bạn ở đâu. What the conversation was about. Cái cuộc đàm thoại đó nói về cái gì. And explain why you think it was interesting. Giải thích lý do tại sao bạn nghĩ đó là một cái cuộc đàm thoại thú vị. And you have part 3 of interesting conversation. What is the most interesting conversation you have ever had? Cái cuộc đàm thoại thú vị nhất mà các bạn đã từng có là gì thế? In your opinion, what makes another person interesting to talk to? Theo nhận định của anh chị, điều gì làm cho một người khác là thú vị để mình nói chuyện với người ta? So let's think about their character, what they do, and whether they are open-minded or not. Liệu họ có mở cái đầu họ ra hay không, hay là suy nghĩ rất là cứng nhắc? Are they open-minded or not? Do they open up for new ideas? Họ có sẵn sàng mở ra cho những ý tưởng mới hay không? Well, and do they only talk about themselves and their achievements? Liệu họ chỉ nói chuyện về bản thân họ và những cái thành quả họ đạt được hay thôi, hay sao? And whether they are knowledgeable enough, họ có đủ kiến thức không? There are a lot of factors, you know. Is it difficult to start a conversation with someone you don't know, and why? Liệu có khó để bắt đầu cuộc đàm thoại với ai đó bạn không biết không? Tại sao? Okay, so this one, it's okay, I'll give you 2 minutes. All right. So, Miss Helen, please, can you describe an interesting conversation that you had with someone?
Yes, a few months ago, I had a conversation with my boss, and it turned out really interesting. At that time we didn't go to the office as usual. We have a talk over a cup of coffee, and we talk about many things, not only about the work, but also about the career prospects. He impressed me with his wide knowledge about many fields, education, economy, and I felt that I learned a lot from him.
Okay. And that was, I think it was an interesting conversation.
Yes, after the conversation, I re-navigate my weight, and I try to
re-navigate. That's a really high level vocabulary, you know. Re-navigate. Wow, that's a really high level vocab. Maybe, okay, it's good, I think, re-navigate. Okay. Now, Miss Ngân, please, can you describe an interesting conversation you had with someone, please? This is a past thing, please.
This is a past. I live far away from my family, so I cannot make a conversation in person. So I used to make a phone conversation to some of family member, and one of them is my mom.
My mother.
Yeah.
My mother.
Sorry. My mother. She is the one that I love to make the conversation most. While she patient enough to be a good listener for me to pour my heart. So I I can share or can talk every topic related to my life, and after that, I feel I feel really happy. I feel what I feel. I felt very happy after sharing my thinking. Even relieve my burden in heavy burden in my heart.
Oh wow, it relieved a heavy burden in my heart. That sounds really good. That sounds good.
Yes. The conversation was about everything, but the most topic we usually to talk about is children education and to be a good wife.
I see.
Being a good wife. She always consult me a good way to be a good to be a better version of my
Be a better version of myself.
Version of myself in a new role. In a new role. That is her practical experience. So sometimes it's quite a traditional way, and this also a good chance for me to update her some new more modern method in education to create more effective environment between better relationship between mother and daughter. Yeah. So I think that's a interesting conversation I have made with my mother.
Okay, with my mother, I see. All right, so Miss One, please. Can you describe an interesting conversation that you had with someone? Just go very slowly, please. Go slowly.
Certainly, I had a conversation. I had a conversation with my best friend, and that was really impressed me because I found the reason why she is always happy, and due to the fact that she is very simple and very she is minimalist. So I found that
I should sell my things.
Yes, that's why I sell all my spare thing.
All of my belongings. Just sell it all.
And I found that more simple, so the life is not complicated, and she was just focused on what she needs. So it was very surprising because she is a woman, but she doesn't chase into clothes, cosmetic or something like that. She just buy what she needs and make more space as much as she can in the house.
Okay.
And so she doesn't need to pay time to clean things or to arrange things in the house. So she has more time to enjoy life, and strip everything down to its essential quality and achievement simplicity. But she is a little bit different of other minimalist people I meet, that she just buy things with high quality, so she doesn't need to buy it again and again, and she just buy it one.
Just buy quality things. Do not buy things on a promotion.
Yes, and
Don't
she
buy
never.
things. Don't do that ever, because you are
And-
contributing to the pollution problem.
And she doesn't chase into advertisement. She just buy what she needs, and she know very well what she needs for life. And if something she doesn't use for 3 months, she will sell or give it away.
Okay, she will sell or give it away, I think. Now, so let's do part 3 of interesting conversation. So, Miss Helen, please, what is the most interesting conversation you have ever had? So this question sounds the same as part 2, but it's different. It might sound the same, but it's actually different. Part 2 is describe one interesting conversation, but this question asks for the most interesting conversation. Cái câu hỏi này là nó hỏi về cái cuộc đàm thoại thú vị nhất, còn cái bài part 2 nó chỉ hỏi là một cuộc đàm thoại thú vị mà thôi. So what is the most interesting conversation you have ever had, Miss Helen? From ever, like from you were, since you were a young person, a young girl, until now. What do you think?
Honestly, there are lots of conversations I have met so far. So if I have to choose the most interesting, I recall the recent one. So the last conversations I have talked to one of my neighbors about pet.
About?
It's pet.
Pets. Oh.
They have new puppies, and it seems like it's an endless talk when we talk about the puppies.
Okay.
We compare the color of its puppies.
And what else do we do?
Since I don't know exactly how to express.
You will know
but
how
when we
to if you try to. Okay, now I'll ask Miss Helen another question. In your opinion, what makes another person interesting to talk to? Think about their character, their personality, what they have different. I mean, the character is something that is different from people to people. But personality is how they behave, how they think, how they react in social situation. Một cái là personality là tính cách, còn character là cá tính, là cái sự khác biệt giữa những người này người kia. And you have the word characteristics, những phẩm chất. So, okay, Ms. Gunn, can you answer that question? In your opinion, what makes another person interesting to talk to?
I think personally, there are some main factors to make people interesting to talk to. That is how to make two people have two ways interaction. It means that there are talker and listener. So
speaker and listeners.
Yeah, speaker and listener. So the basic rule that when the speaker they talk, the listener should keen on listen rather than to interrupt the conversation. So that is the one main point to make the conversation interesting. Interesting. However, when you are a good listener, you will make the right question at the right place at the right time.
Okay.
So this will make the conversation more natural. Yes, more natural, more like deep in depth.
More in depth.
Yeah, deep in depth.
You make the conversation deeper. Or
yes,
or deeper, I think.
Deeper and
sound deeper.
This way, yeah. The more you dig, or you make the conversation deeper, the more deeper you make.
And the more interesting the conversation.
The more interesting the conversation you make.
And the more interesting the person will make the more interesting the person will be to you. Và cái người đó sẽ trở nên càng thú vị hơn đối với lại bạn.
Yes, and the more knowledge you can gain after in the final.
Okay, good. So, Miss One, please, is it difficult to start a conversation with someone you don't know, and why?
Personally, I don't think it's difficult to start a conversation with someone people don't know before, because there are many things to discover about the people that you can start with, and because it's the life start from scratch, so two people can use their curiosity to understand about each other. So there are many questions to give to each other, and because the most important that they have to encourage the conversation to be open and respect each other, also respect the space that to personality, to give a comfort atmosphere between two people. So I don't think
comfortable atmosphere, you mean?
Yes, a comfortable atmosphere. Comfortable. So I think it's easy to start a conversation between two people if it is from two sides that
story about on the two sides of the story.
Two sides of story that they both want to give it a chance.
Yes. Okay. So what do you think, Miss Helen? Is it difficult to start a conversation with someone you don't know, and why? Is it that hard? Khó như vậy không?
Yes, sometimes it's difficult to start a conversation with strangers, especially when we are on the way. When we're on the street. But if we are just If in cái như một cái có một cái không gian mà ở trong nhà thì
we
mình nói
have
sao?
a space, indoor space for ourselves. Indoor space, không gian trong nhà.
If we have
an indoor space for ourselves, yes.
Indoor space for ourselves.
So it becomes more cozy. They become cozy and it's easier to talk to people, you mean?
Yeah, it becomes cozy and quite possible to talk, because at that time people can listen to each other, and actually there are quite a wide range of the topic to talk about.
Okay.
The weather, the interest, something like that.
That's a good idea. Now, so let's move on to the next topic. 35. It's 35 is interesting conversation we did already. And so 34 is describe a person's home you visited that you liked, but you would not want to live in there. Miêu tả một cái gia đình, miêu tả một cái tổ ấm của một người nào đó mà bạn đã viếng thăm, mà các bạn thích cái chỗ đó, nhưng mà bạn lại không muốn sống ở đó. But you would not want to live in. Be careful. You should say what it is. Nơi nào thế? What is it like? Nó nhìn như thế nào? Why you visited it? Why you visited it? Tại sao các bạn đã viếng thăm nó? Why you visited it? And explain why you would not like to live there. Giải thích lý do tại sao bạn lại không muốn sống ở nơi đó. And you have part 3 of visiting others. Part 3 nói về chuyện mà thăm viếng người khác. So, do Vietnamese people like to visit others' homes? Người Việt có thích viếng thăm gia đình hay là tổ ấm của những người khác không? What do Vietnamese people do when they visit others? Người Việt làm gì khi họ viếng thăm những người khác? Is it common to bring gifts when visiting others? Why not? Liệu có thông thường để mà đem quà cáp khi mà thăm viếng những người khác không? Tại sao không? Okay, so you have 2 minutes now. Please describe a person's home that you visited that you like, but you would not want to live in. Miss Ngân, please, can you start?
Yeah. 2 years ago, my relative bought a new apartment in District 1. It's also a good reason to celebrate a big party, and he invited us to visit. First impression is amenity. Amenity ở đây nó phải là tiện nghi này nè.
The amenities?
Yes, I mean.
Amenities?
Là ít tiện nghi á thầy.
Amenities means like anything that has tiện ích. Yeah, amenities.
Yeah. The first impression is amenity.
It has so many good amenities and the infrastructure is great.
Yes, a good infrastructure. With modern furniture, in stunning decoration, it's a big space enough for 6 members to sinh hoạt ở như thế.
6 members to be in there. Let's just say
to be in there, yes.
Or to hang out in that place.
To hang out. Moreover, there is a big kitchen with the modern technology or high-end appliances.
Appliances.
Appliances. Yes. and that is an indoor furniture, and this apartment have a pool, an eco park, and have a library for children. So I really like this place and hope to buy a new apartment in the future. But when I spent few hours in this place, in this apartment,
Okay.
I felt invaded with noisy horn of the traffic.
You mean you feel invaded? You feel that your life, you cannot have the peace and tranquility
Yes,
because of
I cannot have the peace
and tranquility.
while the horn is non-stop beep beep on the street
On the street.
on the street nearby. So I felt unpeaceful, and one that I think there is no fresh air to breathe. Like polluted air always come into our room, and we have to close the door and turn on the air condition. So it's not my favorite living tendency.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer to live with a natural atmosphere.
Okay.
And oxygen source.
Okay, an oxygen source, I see. Now, so okay. So next question is for Miss Wan, please. So what do Vietnamese people do when they visit others?
In Vietnamese culture, people are often visit each other because we live in the village culture, and it's normal to get to know.
It's not co-village culture. It's agriculture. It's basically agricultural culture.
Agriculture. So
agricultural society. Xã hội nông nghiệp.
Agricultural society. So it's normal to get to know each other, and actually we often bring a small gift like fruit or food to each other when we visit. And in normal day, I think more pension people visit each other, and about holiday we visit each other with the whole family.
Okay.
And it's nice when people invite each other to enjoy the meal together. So we often bring more food to eat together.
Okay.
And it keep long, like 1 or 2 hours with the chit chat around the meal, and with sometimes with wine or vodka.
Okay.
Between men. About women, we often stay in the kitchen and prepare together the food, and the children enjoy the game together.
Games, and then sometimes they enjoy talking to each other and doing games together, and
PlayStation.
Exactly.
in the private room.
Oh, in the private room, yes. So, I see. So, Miss Helen, is it common to bring gifts when visiting others? Why or why not?
Yes, as far as I know, it's really common to bring gifts whenever we visit our friends or relatives. Right. And normally there are varieties of gifts. For example, if we visit our friends, maybe we could bring some fruit to enjoy when we have a conversation with them. And if we visit a house with children, maybe we can bring some toys or even clothes, just to show that you care for the people who live in that house.
Okay, just you care for the people who live in that house. I see. All right. I think it's good that we have this practice, I think. Now, so as we go on with this kind of practice and we go on through all the topics, I'll add more difficult topics, like for example, history, for example, science, the law, luật pháp nữa, equality, công bằng xã hội, discrimination, sự phân biệt đối xử, internet censorship, sự kiểm duyệt trên mạng internet, and some other more difficult things. Okay, but now we should stop here. Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh đó, để mà các bạn sẽ được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.